If you think that Armenians are just a people with good food and a sad history, you know nothing. In reality, they are one of the oldest codes of the planet. Yes, not just a nation, but a code, a system, an archive, a living memory stick embedded in the course of history. If we believe the closed protocols of the Masonic lodges of the 18th century, then Armenia was able to destroy the entire architecture of the secret control of the world. Of course, everything can be just speculation. It may seem like nonsense theories stretched behind the ears, fairy tales for those who look too long into the shadows of history. But isn't that how all great discoveries begin? With hypothesis, with suspicion. Shall we continue? Watch to the end and you'll get a different perspective on Armenia and the Masonic Lodge in the center of Venice. Mesrop Mashtots is a man more feared than Martin Luther. When a monk named Mesrop Mashtots created the Armenian alphabet in 405 AD, Europe was still itching for barbarians and Rome was cracking at the seams. But Mashtots' alphabet is not just a means of communication. Its structure is arithmetic, cosmological, symbolic, like a Kabbalah. What we know, the Armenian alphabet is just the public part of it. Only 39 letters? No. The archives of the Black Seed Lodge spoke of a shadow layer hidden in words, letters and symbols that are not pronounced but thought. These are glyphs, similar to something between army roots, Sumerian blades and lines of abbreviated geometry. Each such symbol not only denotes a sound, but also triggers a process of rethinking. In essence, Mashtots' secret alphabet is simply the programming of human consciousness. The idea is not just to convey information, but to shape the direction of thinking. That is, you do not read the text, but the text reads you. How does it work? Each letter in the open and hidden systems is associated with a number, movement, and color. When read in a certain sequence, they cause a modulation of the perception of reality, in combination with Kochkars, which fix these codes in the material world. A person can reprogram the internal structure of the world. There is a manuscript in the Vatican, kept in a special archive marked non-consultable, which states that Mashtots was associated with the Eastern Brotherhood of Light Keepers. This is a proto-Masonic structure that existed long before Freemasonry appeared in its familiar form. Before we continue, please like this video right now. This will help others find this material. Subscribe if you feel drawn to this topic. Now let's dive deeper. What you are about to hear may change your view of history. The 18th century, Venice, Paris, St. Petersburg. Armenians appear in lodges, not individually, but in groups. They are intelligent, silent, and wealthy. They possess ancient manuscripts, knowledge of languages, and their own system of symbols. The Ordo Lucis. Its members did not advertise their nationality, but everyone knew they were Armenians. They said that the key to knowledge lost in Alexandria was in their blood. Inside the lodges, they discussed why Armenians should not be allowed into the highest levels of government. One of the documents of the Scottish branch, partially translated in the 1960s. Their language and faith are masks. Underneath them lies ancient science. We do not understand where they got it from. No one knows anything about them because in 1793 the lodge disappeared, or rather went into digital hibernation. The last recorded activity was a letter in Old Armenian sent from London to the Vatican. Inside is a sheet with 6 symbols, presumably from an invisible alphabet. After that, silence until 2014, when a script written in Armenian with letters that do not exist was found in the Darwin Archive in Cambridge. Machine translation is impossible. Google goes crazy. One scientist called this letter from the architects of dreams. Armenian Freemasons are the keepers of knowledge, but officially they do not exist. But if you climb up to the mountain monasteries of Vaganavank or Tatev late at night, you will hear a round dance of hooded shadows. They call themselves the Brotherhood of Ararat. Their symbol is crossed bones under the letter, the first letter of the alphabet. This is because represents the beginning and the end. A Kochkar is a traditional Armenian stone cross. Everyone thinks it's just a gravestone. The Masons thought otherwise. The formula for constructing a Kochkar repeats the principle of the golden ratio used in the architecture of lodges and temples. The formula for constructing Kochkars repeats the principle of the golden ratio used in the architecture of lodges and temples. Inside the patterns, there is a fractal logic that is invisible without special knowledge. Armenian craftsmen who emigrated to Europe after the destruction of Cilicia participated in the construction of Gothic cathedrals, and some Gothic stained glass windows repeat elements of Armenian symbolism. Coincidence? According to legend, Armenians did not simply join Freemasonry. They brought with them a core that Freemasons did not understand but greatly feared. The Black Seed is not evil, it is a deep matrix. Not for control, but for restarting. Not power over people, but power over meanings. Today, it is possible that someone is gathering these letters again. Perhaps the lodge has been reborn in the form of a foundation, a research foundation of a closed forum. And if the secret alphabet really exists, it is possible that it is already being implemented in advertising, in interfaces, in your habits. Among conspiracy theories, there is the idea of the world seed or semina mundi. This is supposedly text encoded in the Mashdot's alphabet in a specific sequence of kochkars, and even in the arrangement of Armenian prayers. This code was to be activated if the world fell into absolute chaos. According to legend, it is able to restart civilization, using pure information carrying harmony. The Masons knew about it and were afraid that if everything collapses, the power will fly, not to those who own money, but to those who keep the key. And the key, strange as it may seem, has long been with those who speak Armenian. Today, the Armenian topic is off the radar. No one writes, no one digs. Is it too shallow, too niche, or, on the contrary, too dangerous? When an Armenian monastery in Turkey burned down in the 2000s, nobody noticed much, but inside were manuscripts in a language not similar to any of the known ones. Was it a sweep? Who knows? But then the interest in secret Armenia on shadowy forums rose sharply, and the word Mashdots began to be blocked by algorithms. Now, consider if at least some of these theories are true. If the Armenian alphabet is indeed a cipher, and the Black Seed is not a metaphor, but an instruction, then maybe you only watched the activation text, not the video. Maybe you got here by accident, or maybe you were summoned. The question now is not whether you believe it, but what you will do with it. If you are hooked, give it a like. Subscribe so that you don't miss what else is hiding in the shadows. And write in the comments what you think. Friends, we continue our journey into the mysterious world of Armenian code. We will delve into the secrets hidden from the eyes for centuries. What if the Armenian alphabet is not just a means of communication, but a key to unlocking ancient mysteries? Stay with us. We will reveal more integrating details. Subscribe to our channel not to miss new secrets.